7 Days of Wisdom, episode 26, Sunday, May 1st, 2016, Monday morning, May 2nd, 2016, Eastern Daytime, 12:45, Pacific Daytime, 9:45. Let's go. This week, we are hopping right in the quotes of the week. Therefore, we're not going to be that long. I was supposed to attack the topic of avoiding intimacy, the avoidance of intimacy, which sounds very exciting, but unfortunately, I won't be able to dive into that this week. Hopefully, we can revisit that next week. That actually came from an episode I saw with Chase Jarvis and Lewis Howes. But I didn't get a chance to post that episode on my website yet, therefore I cannot discuss it yet until I have that resource available. So instead, we're going to hop into the quotes of the week. With that being said, number one, when we document our struggles and share our journey with others, we are then able to form bonds and connections which bring humanity together. That's from Thursday, April 28th. I was speaking to my cousin, my homeboy, Terrell, and I told him the reason why I started 7 Days of Wisdom. Pretty much a way to give back to the community, to share my journey and document my journey, to inspire people through my story. And I told him, like, man, I just really wanted to start it off raw. I didn't want it to be too polished. That's why I do it the way I do it, using a webcam on my MacBook, white MacBook, regular, from 2009, nothing too fancy. And that's when I thought, man, when we document our struggles and share our journey, our authentic and genuine journey with others, we are then able to form bonds and connections which bring humanity together. So through doing this video series, I was able to connect with people, such as, Paladin is a good person I connected with through this, and reconnect with people, such as my good friend and former student, Isaiah, one of my homeboys, Matt, a ton of people, man, a ton of people. So that's what inspired that particular quote. Next quote. The reason why I think so deep is because I'm always in search of the thoughts which are most meaningful. So those of you who know me know I'm a very deep thinker. And that is because I'm always searching for meaning, purpose, significance. I just don't say what's at the top of my head. I think before it comes out. So the reason why I think so deep, or the reason why I feel we should think deep, is because we need to search for the thoughts which are most meaningful. Don't just throw anything out there. Really search, dig deep. Third, how can we expect to achieve something when we rule out the potential to achieve it? And this came from, I guess, the notion of goals and expectations, and then just ruling ourselves out. Like, yeah, I want to do this, but I can't because of this. Or, I want to do this, but what if this happens? Forget the and, ors, or buts. Get out there, achieve it. Do it, take chances, take risks. Sometimes it's not even a risk or a chance. It's just a matter of stepping out of your comfort zone. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. So, that's where that one came from. Don't expect to achieve something if you rule out the potential to achieve it. Don't rule out the potential. Move towards the potential. Alright? We can do it. We can get it done. We can take those steps, those strides forward. Next one, I believe that greatness and success is the result that comes from sharing our innermost selves with the world. When we share our innermost selves with the world, when we share what means the most to us, and this relates to the first saying, the first quote, in regards to bringing humanity together through documenting our struggles. When we share what means the most to us, we connect with people through that message, through the message that we share with the world. Our message that we should put out into the world resonates with people who are like ourselves. Therefore, we connect with people who are like ourselves through that message. I believe that greatness and success, not just success, but greatness and success, are the result that come from sharing our innermost selves with the world. Let's not be afraid to share our innermost selves with the world. Sometimes that may be called being vulnerable. Let's be vulnerable. It's okay. That's the best way to connect. The most meaningful and significant way to connect with others is through vulnerability. Vulnerability unlocks relationships, as my man Gideon would say. Giddy, what's going on, homie? Vulnerability unlocks relationships. Alright? Don't be afraid to share with the world. Next, when the juices are flowing, we have to keep the momentum going. This is for all my creative people out there. When you're experiencing that flow, that state of momentum, you gotta just go. Whether it's 1 in the morning, right now we're approaching 1 o'clock in the morning. I have to be up in a few hours, but you gotta keep going. The momentum, once you have that momentum, do not stop. Do not stop. Keep going, and just take advantage. It's almost like being an athlete. If you're in the zone, you cannot be taken out the game. You cannot take yourself out the game. Don't take yourself out the game. Keep going. Keep going. Next one, see things that other people don't see in ways they don't see them. It's really just having a unique perspective on life and the things around them. You know, just view things from a unique perspective. See things that other people don't see in ways they don't see them. That's how you can add value to the marketplace from a business perspective, because you see things differently. People want you around because you don't see things the way they see things. Therefore, you're able to add value. That's it. Next one. This is actually a thought while I was watching the Gary Vaynerchuk LinkedIn video, which I will put in as a resource for this 7 Days of Wisdom episode. Listen and look for opportunities and ways to add value to the marketplace. The best way to add value is to listen and observe what's going on. What's going on? What are people saying? What do people want? What do people desire? What do people want to change? Once you know that and you can figure out a way to change it, bam, that's your business right there in front of you. You know what people are requesting. You know what people are asking for. If you can provide that service or product, that's your business. Next one. Create the time to execute. This is the typical, the norm. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. All right. What do you have time to do then? What's important? Our priorities vary. Correct. Time is not how much we have, but it's how much we make. Correct. It's how much we create as well. So make the time or create the time to execute. It's important. We must make the time or create the time to execute. It's not about having the time, because we won't have the time. We make the time and create the time. So create the time to execute. That came to mind while I was watching the Gary Vaynerchuk video again, which was a 50-minute video. For those of you who don't know, Gary Vaynerchuk, serial entrepreneur, wine library. I guess that was his maybe claim to fame, maybe not. Just a super hustler. I have so much respect for the guy. He has his daily vlogs, which are very inspiring, very entertaining. He is unapologetic about what he does, super ambitious, And I would say that's one of my favorite guys right now to watch. And check him out, Gary Vaynerchuk. Of course, once again, I will have that video, the link to the video available down bottom in the link for this 7 Days of Wisdom episode. So definitely check that out. Next, create content that incorporates other people in your work. Branding, marketing. Listen, check it out. When we create content that incorporates other people in our work, then our work becomes more shareable. The chances and likelihood of our content being shared doubles, triples, quadruples. The more people we bring into our work, the more likely it is to be shared, because they're going to share it with their people because they were involved with it. That's how it works. People want to share what they're involved in. It's almost like taking the credits from a movie and mentioning everybody on Twitter. Right? Yeah, take that idea. It's alright. Next one. When we know what we want for our lives and we make that shift at all costs, we win. When we know what we want for our lives and we make that shift at all costs, we win. We have to make the shift. We know what we want. It's all about making that shift, that pivot at all costs, no holds barred, and we will eventually win. We will eventually win. Last, playing a game that doesn't map what we want it to be is a really big mistake. This quote and the previous quote, the prior quote, both come from Gary Vaynerchuk again. Alright, so playing a game that doesn't map what we want it to be is a really big mistake. Why play a game? Why get involved with something that doesn't or will not map out to what you want it to be? Don't even waste time, alright? Don't even waste time. So let's focus on where we want to go in life, how we want our life to be, where we want to be, where we want to go, playing the games we want to play, not playing the games we do not want to play. It sounds so simple, yet we get so caught up in the nonsense. And let's know what we want for our lives. Let's get there and let's make those shifts, man. Men and women, let's make those shifts. So, with that being said, Aquaus Kelley, 7 Days of Wisdom, episode 26, Sunday, May 1st / Monday, May 2nd. Let's have a powerful week. I have a lot of blemishes on my head. Kind of been like low-key stressed out recently. Let's have a powerful, impactful week. And get them next week, episode 27. The year's going by super fast. Just a little hint. We're 5 months in, and I've already achieved my number one primary goal of 2016. Which makes me feel super amazing that I achieved my number one goal of the year and we're 5 months in. I will disclose that goal next week. It may surprise you, it may not surprise some of you. But I'm very excited, super excited. It's been something that's been a huge weight on my shoulder for the last 3 years, and I'm just glad to have finally shaken it off. So, next week, see y'all next week for episode 27 weeks in. Until then, a lover's ambition, 7 Days of Wisdom. We're signing off. Aquaus Kelley. Peace.